Welcome back to another episode of the This Is Bullshit podcast. I'm one of your hosts, along with, I guess I should say I'm Ray. Fuck, I already, goddamn, so tired. I'm Ray here along with.
This is Dre, all the way from the U of H, the most U of H's. Quite frankly, but yeah.
The fuck was that? The U of H's? Oh, you know what? We're just gonna go on with that. Okay.
Go with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't question. Don't question.
I guess if Dre is from the most U of H's, it's your boy, Charles. And I'm actually here at the most U of TSAs. So, you know what I'm saying? If he's from the most U of H's, I'm from the most UTSAs. I'm just saying out here,
And they don't know who it is.
Now they know.
Now they know. It's your boy.
Oh, Lord. All right. Our topic for the day, I already forgot. We started talking about Charles's football.
I was gonna say we practically recorded. We practically had a whole podcast off the camera.
We did, yeah.
And we recorded. That's crazy.
If we had clicked the record button, we'd have 2 episodes. But because we didn't, dang, here we are now.
I mean, that's okay. That's all right. That's just for us to enjoy. But Dre, can you refresh us in what? Because I believe I picked it, but yeah, can you refresh us? Oh, wait. It was talking about, I remember, it was talking about the approaches, the cold and warm approach of how men should approach females. So I don't know where you wanted to start with this, because I didn't know where to pick up with this topic, but I don't know.
I guess we could talk about the differences between the two. And the pros and cons of each, and how what we mostly prefer, or the case may be. So I guess I'll start with officially. So these things are more so just like anything. You probably have already seen this for majority of y'all's lives, talking to the audience here, but y'all didn't really know the terms of it. So cold approach is more so say you see a random female on the street. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, say you see a random female across the street, whatever the case may be, or at a grocery store, and she's sending you signals. Maybe she's looking at you a little bit longer, or send you a smile, whatever the case may be. Send these signs that she wants you to come up to her and talk to her. Then you go up to her, have a conversation, probably get her phone number, whatever the case may be. That's what's considered a cold approach, versus a warmer approach is more so meeting at a mutual setting. Say at a party, or a get together where both of y'all know the host, or whatever the case may be, and y'all just happen to be in the same vicinity together. And then y'all start a conversation there. That would be more so of a warm approach. At least that's how I.
So, because I'm gonna get into this. So, would you say that because you said environment, so you mean would you count the gym that as a cold approach? Because you can look at people at the gym, but it's also you're not trying to focus on, you just focus on certain people. Or would you consider that more a warmer approach because y'all are in the same environment?
I would say it's more on the side of cold approach, because like you mentioned before, you don't really go to the gym with the intentions of socializing with anybody. If it happens, it happens. But when anybody goes to the gym, they're going solely to of course, workout.
Okay. So same like if you were at your cafe and then you like just see a girl, you just like, oh, okay, she's cute. You know, might look over, you see her look over at you, and then you'll make that approach. Got it.
It's kind of like a classroom. I feel like would be a warmer approach. A warm approach instead of a cold approach. Really, because like you don't go to a classroom for that, but like the environment kind of allows for it more than the gym would.
Yeah, and I guess there's also aspect that, you know, the teacher might have you interact with your classmates, so then you're forced to talk to, you know, said girl, or if y'all are put in a group, you know, like, okay, well, now I have to talk to her, versus, you know, if it's just a class asynchronous, you might never ever see her and never have to talk to her. But
exactly.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, because with the classroom, y'all see on each other on a somewhat regular basis, whether it's every day, like in high school, or like the same day or a couple days every week, like in college, you see them on a regular basis. Okay. So when you see them on a regular basis, you have a sense of familiarity with them. You can look at them and be like, oh, okay, like I know this person, and you'll feel much more comfortable with the fact of like, okay, like I've seen this person before, versus like seeing somebody on the street, you more than likely will never see them again, like you just said. I guess that's like a key difference between warm and cold approach is the familiarity with faces.
yeah, I guess to me it just depends. Because I know you specifically said with warm approaches, that's more for like parties or get-togethers, which I'm not invited most. Like I don't go to a lot of those things. And usually I know everyone there. You know, there's been times like where I'm still introduced to someone new. But I don't know. I still feel weird in that aspect because I'm like, I only know these people. So the fact that I got to go out of my way to make conversation with someone that I still may not ever see again, kind of like, an aspect. Like, because like what, when me and you went to AJ's birthday thing, like talking to whoever ladies, I don't remember, I don't know if they were his aunts or whatever. But like still I was like I had to go out of my way. Like I came here strictly for AJ's birthday. The only people I knew I was gonna talk to was him, his mother, and then his father, because I don't know anybody else. And then you, because you came along with me. So like to talk to other people, like I know it, like it's like I have to, because you know that's the socialization of going to a get together or party like that. But I don't know.
I just, part of me is kind of like glad I didn't go to. All right, look, I don't really be going to parties like that. I don't know about y'all. I'll have to be personally invited by like a group of people, not just one person, like a group of people to a party for me to like be comfortable going. Cause like, bro, imagine going to a party with all these people and you only know one person. You really have to sit by that one person the whole time until he introduces you to more people.
The worst is when that one person don't really meet up or show up either because of something happened.
Yeah, so something happened.
Shit, I feel like you try to throw shade at me, nigga. I was one time, okay?
You know I had to throw that in there. Know I had to throw that.
I know. I apologize once again. Like I said, I was planning to go. It got late. I literally did lose track of time, and I said, man, Dre is fine. He knows I'll listen. Now, yes, she might be there with other people, which I don't even know how many people went to the thing, but I didn't think it was gonna be that many people.
I mean, was it like a big party? Not like a college party or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was like about like 10, 15 people.
So I was like, for my grad party or my grad barbecue, you know, we didn't have that many people, at least young wise. But yeah, that's why I try to think things out. I try to invite the same people who already know each other. That way it's like oh, I haven't seen you in a while type of shit versus like y'all meet for the first time and then you like, okay, well, where's Ray? Because he's the only nigga I know, you know, versus you already know that person, so you could just catch up where y'all left off. But yeah, I guess it just depends. I guess I've noticed I'm a more cold approacher person, but I have to be careful where I do it because, you know, some can just be like the gym that can be spontaneous. But again, I know, you know, you got to be careful when you go up to a girl because then they might think that you're sneaking up on them, or again, they're in the middle of the workout. They're like, okay, like he's bothering me. Or especially eating, because if she's with people and you just pop up, like if she's by herself, that's cool. But if she got like 5 of her other friends with her, you just pop up, like you got to be confident, bold, knowing what you're about to say, because if not, you about to look stupid.
Just want to point out there, Dre did his hourly check just to make sure the streets were still safe out there in the third ward.
I looked because it was started now. I can't even see like.
This man Charles said Dre's scared. That nigga.
However,
This is for us, you know what I'm saying? You
I've
got
been doing this all for like 4 years now. This ain't.
And what did you see on the first hearing again?
My bike is stolen.
Exactly.
On the first day.
On the first day, bro. Man, I saw that snap too. Prove it.
I can't believe they left the wheel. Like they got a unicycle now. Like
they really left the wheel. They were like, "Yeah, nigga, welcome to third ward."
Talk about it. Like imagine if they moved from a different state. Talking about, man, Texas is a clean slate. Texas is cool. They're like, man, Texas.
They really moved to a whole new city, starting a clean slate, probably got out the hood or something, and then them right
back in it.
They shit stole, bro.
He said, man,
that's tough though. They really went out the hood just to be right back somewhere near the hood.
Crazy. But on back on topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of my best work is in the warm environments.
Really?
Some of my best work is done there. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right, Sean? You got the little cold environment. You can have that. Some of my best work is done in an area where I haven't seen you way too many times. I.e.
Oh no, go ahead.
I.e., but not limited to that one chick on Blackboard.
Oh Lord Jesus, we're not getting into that.
I'm not getting into it. I'm just saying, like, these are the places where I thrived in that warm environment.
Bro, that's not even warm. That was online.
That's a weird environment.
It's not even bro, it was an asynchronous class. We weren't even like.
But still, the thought of you texting a girl.
Wait, it was asynchronous? So you've never seen this girl before in your life?
No, I did.
To that point? Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah, I did.
What motive was there for you to send an email on Blackboard to her, then?
Don't worry about it. We still friends on Snapchat, too. That's what I'm saying. But, look. So, you know, I'll be doing my work in the classrooms and at the group events, you know, hangouts and whatnot. That cold environments is crazy because, like that cold, like if you look at me in the supermarket, like you're trying to invite me over to talk to you, I'm gonna look at you, I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna go back to shopping. I don't care what you looked at me for. I'm not doing that. I don't know why. I just can't. I could never do it. Like you, if you at even at clubs, like you, if I'm at a party or an event, and you look at me, and you like, yeah, come on, come slide away. Me?
Oh, I saw that.
Why are they looking at me like that?
So they trying to rob you or something? Like,
what you looking at me for?
No, okay. I will change my answer. Yeah, I will say now that you speak more about cold environments, I guess I was still kind of confused. I'm better in warm environments because like I have the familiarity. So then like I can come up with some. For example, like if I see a girl at the cafe like every Thursday or something, and then she don't show up on Thursday, I'm like, And the next Thursday I see her, I might decide to speak to her, be like, hey, where was you last Thursday? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you will hear every Thursday. Or something. But yeah. Because God knows, first of all, there's never been no girl who's ever gone out of their way to look at me and try to get their attention. I know that.
Facts.
And even if, I guess we just not part of that collection. But even in that aspect, I'm gonna be overthinking it. I'm like, okay, is she like trying to get my attention, or she looking at someone else who happens to be in my area? Because that happens to niggas all the time. You make eye contact with a girl, you think she looking at you, and then turns out her friend is behind you, or some nigga that she really thinks is cute is behind you or something. So then you feeling yourself like, oh, she looking at me, okay. And then you get humble real quick. Yeah, she was definitely looking at that nigga.
Dog, that was the saddest thing I'd ever happened to me in my life. I was next to the Roadrunner statue, right? And I saw this chick. I was like, dang, she kind of cute. I looked her up and down. She was looking my direction. She looked up and down. I was like, so I do this little motion where I'm like, and I start walking towards her, right?
That's where you messed up.
I'm so glad I didn't slow down because I was walking towards her, and then out of nowhere from behind me, all I hear is, "Hey, bestie!" And it's this big white bitch right behind me with her arms wide open. I'm like, I was on my phone so quick, and I was just like,
let me check the weather real quick. Is it gonna rain?
This is my playlist.
That's your little like intro, like you do.
Yeah, I'm about to come up with the coldest line. I'm about to ruin her whole day. Like
I'm about to go crazy with it right now.
Wouldn't that shit look kind of creepy from a woman's perspective?
I'm saying it looks like you like the whole super hot fire. I'm finna end this man's whole career, but you like using it in a way to try to get girls.
You look like you're about to do some real like suspicious when you're doing that. Like, no.
You said, let me collect her for another in my dungeon or something. Like, I don't know.
But nah, cause I do like that's I walk up, I say what's up, and then I throw my line out there. It either work or it don't work, and then I'm just done talking to them. Like that's it for me. But that didn't work. But then places I thrive are like today. I was at work, DoorDasher come through. Like I'm here to pick up an order. I give her the order. Me. Damn. Is that your phone case or is that your phone? You should probably get that fixed, bestie. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's time. It's time to let it go. And we strike up a whole conversation, and then she told me, she was like, man, I hope I get another DoorDash order coming through here. I'll see you later. And I was like, say less. And then she walked out. And I was like, damn, I should have got her number. Oh, well. She'll come back through for DoorDash one of these days.
Yeah, because I told Dre the other day, I was flirting with the Costa Rican at my job, and it was just coincidence. Because yeah, she looked like she needed help, and I was like, I'm not gonna like rush up to her immediately. Like I'm gonna let her decide who she wants to, ask. But ain't nobody approach her after like 5 or so minutes. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna approach her, and then I just started talking to her. To it from there, but yeah. I said, what about you, Dre? You think warm approaches work for you? This nigga's- is it your roommate?
Yeah, Dre is dealing with speed right now.
Just tell
Apparently, I got I show speed apparently as my roommate because this nigga always is every night with this dude. And then like I be going to sleep like late at nights, and then I wake up at like 5:30 or something in the morning to go to the rec since it opens at like 6. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me get my early morning. There we go. Can't get my words across. My early morning workout in, you know what I'm saying? Like start off the day on the right note, set the tone up for the day, you know what I'm saying? Plus the machines and the rats are mostly available early in the morning because ain't nobody trying to be at the gym at 6 a.m. At least I mean, quite a bit of people do, but not like a lot.
Not a lot, like prime time, 12 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'll be waking at 5:30, and then I still hear this thing. I'm like, bro, is he still on this game? Like, when does this nigga sleep? When does he? Okay. Yes, no. Anyways, but yeah, that's what I've been dealing with for the past couple months. Is apparently I got speed as my roommate. But anyways, yeah, my whole situation with warm versus cold approach. I mean, I definitely feel the same way as like y'all too, in regards to like feel more so with like warm approach. But it's not like the fact of like I can't do cold approach if like it does come down to it. I think like when it comes down to it, like I could potentially, because I say, for example, like I remember when Ray, you and me were at the Y at the one morning during the summer, and like you saw that one girl that was like working out or doing squats without shoes on. I was like, okay, like I need to ask her about that, because I also saw something about like it helps like with squats and like with leg workouts in general, because like the shoe, like depending on what kind of shoes that you wear, like something to do with the elevation can alternate like the limbs or in the muscles that you work out when you're like doing squats and deadlifts or whatever, versus like when you're not wearing those shoes, and you can really feel like the muscles that are so intending to be impacted when doing that exercise. So I was like, okay, like maybe I should ask her about that and see if there's any truth to that. So went out to her, asked her about it, got her name, and went from there. So it's not the fact that I can't do cold approach. It's just like most of the time it's usually when I'm out and about, I'm usually like, how do I put this? I'm usually like in my own little
headspace.
Yeah. You're in your own mindset at that point.
I'm like in my own mindset. Like, it's say if I went out to try to get something to eat, whether it's like at the cafeteria or the Swiss Center, whatever the case may be, I'll go out and get something to eat and then go back, whatever the case may be. I guess what I'm mainly saying is that like I don't really have like there's no incentive or like no like reason for me to like go up to a random female and like approach her, whatever the case may be, like when just out and about. Like say, for example, like I mentioned before, the girl that I was speaking about, like at the Y. See, it was like when she was working out, she wasn't wearing shoes, and just wanted to get like her input on that and see like how much of a difference that has like in regards to her workout. So there's an incentive right there. With a lot of other cases, I could look at a girl and be like, okay, like she's cute. I find her attractive, but like, I don't feel like that's enough of a reason for me to go up to approach her, start a conversation with them right then and there, just because she's good looking. Like, does she have a dog? Is she walking a dog? Do you have on a certain outfit? Is she reading a book? Or, or whatever the case may be. So we just
speaking of that, I have a question for y'all regarding exactly what you're talking about right now, Dre. Because I know there's some guys out there that are doing this, and I have friends that like have openly admitted to this, that they see a girl that is attractive, but there's no like real incentive to talk to her at the time frame when they see her. So I've literally had guys confess to me and say, oh yeah, I want to talk to her, but I have no idea how to start that conversation with her. So I look like if I'm in a grocery store, I'm not peeping or spying in the cart or whatnot that she got, but I'm like glancing at it, seeing that there's something I can use to like have that like a conversation with.
Yeah.
And like, how do y'all feel about people that do that? Like, and to extreme measures though, like not like, oh, I glanced in her cart, couldn't find anything, I'm done. I'm talking people that like, I glanced in her cart, couldn't find anything. So I was like an aisle behind her the whole time, just waiting for my moment that she like grabbed something that I could talk about. Like,
that's going a little too far.
You're weird. But
yeah,
right?
You're weird.
Yeah, because I can admit to doing that because, again, there was another girl at the gym and she was doing deadlifts. And so I do and I don't know how deadlifts work. Like, I know how it goes, but I don't know specifically what it works out and stuff. So I was going to do the same thing. I was going to be like Dre, go up and ask her, be like, hey, what is the purpose of this? I know it's a workout, obviously, because you're doing it and I see other people doing it, but I don't know what it works out. But there's just some part of me, I don't know if I was just afraid because of how attractive she was, whatever. But I didn't ask her and I was like, okay, like, I don't know. And yeah, there'll be some other, things like I try to pick up on if I'm like, again, like I see a attractive girl and I'm like, okay, what's a thing I can go to her about in that aspect. So I think like one time I was at school and I think this is the one I took out on a date that I told you about, Dre. Like I heard her and her friends talking about like a show or something, but I just so happened to be in the area. Like I wasn't actually trying to eavesdrop. I just happened to be in the area because we're both at the cafe and I like heard and I was like, oh, okay, they're talking about this and I know about said thing. So like whenever I did approach her, I was like, oh, hey, I heard, from somewhere, she didn't even know I was like right over there. But I was like, I heard from somewhere that you like this. She's like, oh yeah, how'd you know? I was like, well, I was right over there. And then led that conversation. But yeah, I'm not going to be like that guy in the aisle, like, oh, so she got the number 2 milk. All right, let me, like, I don't know. It's like you said, that's weird. And that's going a little too far.
She got the number 2 milk. Maybe if I make a pickup line using the number 2, pick a number between 1 and 3.
1 and 2.
No, see, that's crazy to me. Like, I couldn't do that. Me
couldn't either, because that's weird. And funny enough, so I had a roommate my junior year. He traveled all the way from like near the Washington State to come to UTSA. And I was like, I asked him first. I was like, "What's the reason you came to UTSA?" He's like, "Oh, it's like I know someone who goes here and they like it. It's cool." I was like, "Bet." Then like a month later, he kind of starts opening up to me about like he's like, "Oh, there's a girl I like here and stuff." And then he's like, "Actually, that's the reason why I came to UTSA. I came because I wanted to be near her." And he's like, "So like, yeah, on her social media and shit like that. Like, I know where she's at on campus and stuff." I was like, "Bro, you were stalking this girl? Like, you went and left a whole state to follow this girl, which
You went
first
damn
of all,
near on the other side of the country for this one.
exactly." And funny thing is, he said like he hadn't talked to her in like a long time, so he was hoping like she would go down, but it didn't go the way he wanted at all. She was like, "What the fuck are you doing here in Texas?" type stuff, and yeah, he basically lost contact with her because he creeped her out. I was like, "Bro,
You're
weird." He's like, "Well,
buddy.
"No, I'm stuck here." He's like, "No, I'm stuck here at UTSA." I was like, "Bro, you could have just stayed at your school and like
You didn't have to come here.
her, but you had to follow her all the way from that state, and now you messed up because you're stuck here now, and you can't leave."
Okay, well, here's my thing. How close of a connection do they have?
They were not that close.
They were
Travel to a whole other state for a female you wasn't even that close to?
he traveled to a whole other state for an acquaintance.
An acquaintance.
And he was like, "Bro, this girl's the one." I was like, "Bro, she don't even look like she's into you. Like, it don't sound." From the conversation she was telling me of like their experiences, I was like, "You sound like you all the way into her. She's nowhere into you."
Fellas, L Riz.
Definite L Riz.
L Riz.
I don't think he knew how to do Riz in the first place because this nigga thought he.
Matter of fact, that ain't even L Riz. That may be flat out simp behavior at that point. That's simp.
But yeah, that dude. And then this I don't know if I told you, Drake. This is the roommate who only liked redheads.
You're weird, buddy. Bucko, you're a weird one, dog.
I was like, "So you practically like one race?" And he's like, "What do you mean by that?" I was like, "Well, you don't see black girls and Asian girls and all this having like naturally red head." Because he said he liked naturally red hair, not just like dyed. I was like, "Bro."
Yeah, Bucko, you're weird. Like, just say you don't.
Yeah. And you know what else he said too? He was like, "If they have it up here, they got to have it down there too. Same color." I was like, "Oh, you're
Yeah.
I don't know." That was the moment
You're
I was
weird,
like,
buddy.
"You gotta get on. You gotta get your ass on."
You're weird, buddy.
Yeah, he was a weird dude. He talked to himself too, which scared the fuck out of me. I thought this nigga was no. Yeah, that's going too far in that aspect of like finding out clue. Like you doing a whole Scooby Doo investigation, like creepy.
Yeah, I think that's when you go too far. When you try to get a female to like you, or you see a woman that you think is attractive, I think it's a moment situation. If you don't do it in that moment, it's wraps. Because after that moment, it's weird. Yeah. It's no longer like a spontaneous, "Oh, I'm gonna go talk to her." It's I got a plan. She got a Bible study every Tuesday. I'm gonna pull up. And if she's not there, I'm gonna see her on class on Wednesday, and I'll be like, "Hey, why was you at Bible study? I noticed you wasn't there. I went there to meet up."
Like, nigga, I ain't seen you at Bible study. I just joined. Yeah,
I joined like 2 weeks ago. I was in the back. You wasn't seeing me. I saw you up there though. You was doing your thing, but I was in the back.
Your favorite scripture, Matthew 5:16. Oh shoot, I know that shit from heart. Like, nah, like.
That's crazy.
If the light shine before me, you make my light shine. You know what I'm saying?
I know you. Look, because you think I wasn't there? I was there for like 2 weeks. I was in the back. You said Your favorite verse was John 4:16, right? My 5:16. It was 5:16. I remember. It was John 5:16. For God so loved the world that he let his light shine among. Yeah, see, you think I wasn't paying attention? I was there. What's up with you though?
Why don't you go to your favorite little you and get your Starbucks drink today? You get that caramel macchiato every time, don't you? Like,
no, see, because I know there's
But
dudes.
the extra shot.
No. I'll make it even worse. I know there's dudes out there that will go to a woman that go into their class or go to work with them, and they be like, "Dang, girl, you know what? You ain't gonna get your caramel mocha with the whipped cream, almond butter, almond milk, 2% with the extra shot and the 3 espresso shots today. You ain't get that today. What you got in your hand? You got yourself a caramel frappuccino with whole milk." Extra whipped cream and the chocolate and the caramel and chocolate drizzle. That's crazy. Your boyfriend broke up with you, huh? I can tell. Nigga, what did you just gather from a drink, bro? Why are you gathering information like that?
they're weird, bro.
I'm still on your roommate. That nigga pay a whole out of state fee
Yes,
for an
bro.
acquaintance.
That's wild. He one of the dudes I'm talking about. He one of them dudes.
Damn, bro. And then, apparently he knew exactly where her favorite song was, so he started learning how to play it on guitar. Like, this nigga was out. Bro, I took every chance I could to leave my apartment. I did not want to be with this ninja, bro. He was strumming the same. I would leave at 12 p.m. to go do homework, and I come at maybe around 7. I do like 5 hours of homework, chill for an hour, and I go eat. This nigga be strumming the same damn song. Like, you played the same song for 7 hours with medium bathroom breaks or whatever. He was like, yeah. I was like, do you not have a life? God, no wonder this ninja had a flip phone. Like,
I want y'all to know. Rayshawn, the roommate, paid an out-of-state fee to go to the calf with a notebook and say, spaghetti and meat, my bad, no meatballs, light red sauce, 3 stars before she take a bite. Is that chocolate milk with the water on the side, and a Dr. Pepper, no rolls.
That's the crazy part about it all. She was in graduate school, so she wasn't even on campus.
No, that's wild.
No.
She wasn't.
That's wild.
Bro, she came on campus maybe once a month, as far as I know. But I'm like, you live in here. Well, she occasionally just visit to the school, bro.
That man said.
So he was just hoping one of those days he would run into her. Hey, how did we? No, I was like, bro.
I didn't know you
told him, I was like, you got to let her go. He's like, but I think she's the one. I was like, no.
You don't even know her. No, he knew her. She just didn't know him.
Yeah. He was there's something between us that's inseparable. I was like, no, nigga, because after your chance in high school, you practically missed it.
I feel like it's weird that your roommate was like, "Ooh, it's that time of the month. Time for me to show out what I did in the last month."
This nigga pay for housing and rent just to see her maybe once a month.
Was right during COVID too, so he put himself technically in danger too. This was when my school housing was I mean, it was open, but not a lot of people were applying because this was peak COVID, because everyone was like, oh, well, I don't want to pay housing if I could just stay home. This nigga came all the way. And you know what's even crazy too? When he made that drive, he ain't listening to no music. You know how long an hour drive that was?
Yeah, see, that's how you know he was a psychopath from the jump.
I knew he was a psychopath.
Who does a car ride at all? I don't care if it's a 1-minute car ride or a 4-hour car ride. It can be a 12-hour car ride or a 30-second car ride. You put the ox on every time.
Man's
I don't care if
Man's was complete silence, bro.
Yeah, he wild.
Like I said before, ladies and gentlemen, L Riz, L Mans, L situation.
Bro, I could keep going on about this man, about everything he did. He damn near creeped out every. So he had this little thing because he's taller than me. So he would walk on his tippy toes. Like that's how he walked. So when girls would see him, he's like that. So then they'd like start walking faster, and he'd be like, "Damn, I wonder why these girls are walking faster on me." It's like, "Cause you walk creepy as fuck. You creeping them out, bro." And he was like, "What you mean?" I said, we started walking somewhere. I said, "You see how that girl's walking fast right now? Because you look abnormal how you're walking. That shit don't look normal." I was like, "Me, I'm walking normal, slow, straight." But yeah, this nigga,
he doing weird stuff.
Yeah, shoot.
And yeah, going back to the OG topic. Okay, well, hold on. Go back.
Oh no! This is more add salt to the wound. I feel so bad talking trash about him, but like he was the worst roommate I had of all my 4 years. So when I caught COVID, I was quarantined for 2 weeks, and he had our apartment to himself. They put me in a whole new apartment. When I got back, this nigga was he enjoyed his 2 weeks a little too much. Man's had his underwear in the sink, guitar in the bathtub. Like, what the? And he walk in, "Oh, Ray, you're back." I was like, "Yeah, clean this shit up. I'll be back in like 2 hours. If this shit ain't clean, we gonna have a problem." And I left, and I came back, and he cleaned it.
See, I never got those type of roommates. I don't care what your situation is. What were you doing that would hire so you to have your underwear near the sink?
Yeah, that's a real good question. I'm glad I never had nobody that had to do that.
And then he didn't take the trash out either. So we just had a whole pile of, I was like, dude, we have a trash dumpster right around the building. You couldn't just walk out one day, just take out the trash. But yeah, go ahead and start your. That's what I said. There's so much with this man.
I was just gonna leave it at his situation with the old girl. Anyways, what I was saying, like personally for me, it's just kind of like I guess one of the main reasons I prefer like warm approach is because like the type of person I am in general, like when it comes to like dude or female, it doesn't really matter. I am not really the type of person to go out of my way to like start a conversation with them initially. Like it's more than likely 9 times out of 10, the other person. Like I'm typically like a really shy and like not really outwardly kind of person with, at least when I first meet people. Like, well, so again, that's when like the warm approach really turns out in my favor because it's just kind of like, it takes me a while to become more familiar with them and getting used to them. And just like, then that's when more of my personality comes out because it's kind of like, with us, perfect example, I know Ray for like pretty much since high school, like beginning of high school, or like a little bit before that.
I thought it was middle school because we all met.
It might have been middle school.
Chapel, yeah.
Like 7th, 8th grade year, something like that.
Yeah. Charles, I pretty much seen that nigga practically my whole life. We just never really spoke like that until.
No cap.
A little later down the line, but like, yeah. But like, just in general, it just takes me a while to like feel comfortable with the person to the point where like I can really like be like the real like talkative and express myself the way I want to. So that's another main reason why I lean more so the warm approach. But that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have my moments with cold approaches, because I think the only two cold approaches that really worked out for me was one. I was joining an organization, and that girl that I at the time was trying to pursue was also joining it for the first time. So like, they were like, oh, like find someone to go talk to, type shit. So I was like, okay, let me go ahead. So I just started talking, and then that's how that goes. But that's kind of forced in a way because again, it was an organization. It wasn't just like us two alone. Because I could have picked anybody else to start talking to, but I decided to talk to her first. And then the second one was with Miss Shingding. But I would kind of consider that more of a warm approach because, well, no, actually, no, that was cold approach because I didn't know her at all. And I remember I was in the gym seeing her
I was
work
saying,
out.
y'all were at the gym when y'all first met, right?
And I saw her working out. Now, this is where I kept. So she was doing something that like I've seen before, but I acted like I didn't know what it was, if that makes sense. That was the only reason I went and talked to her. But yeah, that was that cold approach part because that was the first time I saw her. And I was like, okay, she's doing this exercise I've seen before, but I'm going to act stupid and act like I don't know what it is, which worked because I talked to her. Then I saw her again, which I guess that goes to the warm approach part. So then she remembered me, and then we just kept talking from there. But she did say she's like, oh, this random nigga asking me about exercise. She thought it was creepy. So that's why sometimes cold approaches may not work because the girl was like, okay, what the fuck is this guy coming up to me for? Unless, she's giving you eye or something or clear sign. But yeah, she was not looking at my direction at all. So there's that. Damn, it is really raining over here. See why he was looking outside.
Hey.
What?
Clear skies right now. I'm not muddy. I can see.
Yeah, San Antonio weather is different than Houston weather.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
It could be like 91 there, and it'll be like
must be
95 here. So it just depends.
But
yeah.
Got anything more else to add? Because I feel like we're kind of reaching a limit for this.
No, I'm kind of done with this topic. Not gonna lie to you.
We good. Cool.
But yeah, we definitely need to. We might need to have an episode talking about W Riz, L Riz, spoken Riz, unspoken Riz,
common Riz, uncommon Riz.
I thought we already did. We already have an episode called W Riz.
That's different though. That's not like a full episode on Riz. That
episode was
apparently nobody's saying Riz anymore. Apparently, what I've heard, nobody's saying that anymore. But
that just comes with like this. Everybody's so quick to move on from certain words and stuff like that.
You use it so much, and then you're like, you get bored of it. So you're like, let's find something new to say. No.
I just, man, there's a lot going on. People be bored. I realize that as a thing. A whole lot of people are bored.
Of course. Why do you think TikTok is a thing, bro?
It's not even TikTok that I'm talking about.
No, I'm just saying people are bored, so they do stupid challenges and stuff. People are bored. You make different trends and stuff.
We got to do something. Being bored like this is crazy. People getting bored like this is crazy.
They just don't have anything to make their life interesting or worth, living. So do something stupid or crazy to maintain that lifestyle.
Big facts.
Well, if that's all we got for episode, oh, I'm still waking up from my nap. What thank y'all for watching this episode of the This Is Bullshit podcast. And I hope you like what we talked about with the cold and warm approaches of how a guy approaches a woman. Because, you know, not many women I know going to approach guys anymore. You know, it's always been the guys having to go to talk to girls. So, you know, at least you can see.
Don't do approaches and whatnot, but, you know.
So what?
Not saying that women don't do approaches and whatnot, but you know.
Yeah, but you know, it's like 90% that are not even 90%, 95% of the chance that a guy's gonna, you know, make the move.
I'm trying to get us canceled, man.
But yeah. So
to be fair though, as many things we said throughout this entire time that we've been doing this podcast, if we were gonna get canceled, it would have happened by now.
True. Very, 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 very true. Very true. Oh.
But yeah. Stay tuned for more episodes and you know, click the link in the description, subscribe, all that jazz, be notified, and yeah, we will see y'all in the next one.
Yeah.
Yes.